All right, let's talk Resident Evil. The saga has been haunting us gamers for decades, right? Well, its latest chapter, Requiem, totally changes the game. So today, we're going to break down the entire story of Resident Evil 9, from its chilling start all the way to its absolutely world-changing conclusion. You know, the game kicks off with this one line that, wow, it just hits you right in the feels. And you immediately recognize the voice, right? It's Sherry Birkin. Remember her? The little girl Leon saved way back in Resident Evil 2? Well, she's all grown up now, a government agent, and she's sending our guy, Leon S. Kennedy, back to the one place he probably swore he'd never step foot in again, the Raccoon City Police Department. So, Leon's heading back to Raccoon City. But listen, this isn't the same Leon from 1998. Oh no, the fresh-faced rookie is long gone. Now he's this grizzled, world-weary veteran. And his mission? He's looking for a missing girl named Grace. But of course, this mission is going to drag him right back into his own nightmare, deep into the ruins of the RPD. And once you're inside the RPD, man, the atmosphere is just thick. The place itself tells a story, you know? Leon finds these little relics of the past. He finds notes from his own welcome party from his very first day. Can you imagine? Then there's this gut-wrenching journal from an officer who didn't survive, and this super creepy message that feels like it was written just for him. So yeah, the zombies might be gone, but the ghosts, they are absolutely everywhere. Okay, so to figure out what's going on with Grace, the game hits us with a flashback, and we see her backstory is rough. We find out her story started somewhere way, way worse than the RPD. We're talking about an Umbrella-run orphanage. And you just know that's not going to be good. So it turns out Grace is what the people at this place called a copy. Basically, she's a clone, the first successful clone of some original subject, all part of this twisted experiment to, you guessed it, unlock some crazy powerful virus. And the really messed up part, she was just one of many, many attempts, most of which failed. And then the game does something incredible. It puts you in her shoes. You actually play as young Grace trying to escape. And let me tell you, it is pure nightmare fuel. You're just a kid hiding under beds from these unbelievably creepy, giggling clones that all move together like a hive mind. You gotta sneak past these deformed, failed experiments, and then through this chapel that's just filled with tiny coffins for all her sisters. It is just a brutal, harrowing sequence, seriously. Okay, so flash forward back to Leon. His search takes him from the ruins of the RPD to this gigantic, secret bioweapons facility buried deep underground. It's called the Ark. And yep, it's the exact same place Grace managed to escape from as a kid. It's all connected. And deep inside the Ark, Leon finds these files that just perfectly sum up Umbrella's whole deal. It's just cold corporate evil. They're not just making monsters, they're putting a price tag on them. A liquor, that'll be $14 million. The Tyrant, a cool $120 million. And my personal favorite, Nemesis, price negotiable. You can't make this stuff up. It's just so perfectly sinister. So Leon's trip through Ark is basically a greatest hits of Resident Evil monsters. He has to fight this massive Plant 43, take on waves of elite soldiers. There's even a terrifying stealth section with a liquor. But it's all building to something huge. A showdown with an absolute legend of the series, the Umbrella operative known only as Hunk. This is the guy who always survives, the Grim Reaper himself. And you're gearing up for this epic, down-to-the-wire fight, right? But then, in one of the most shocking moments in the whole game, Hunk goes down. And I mean, fast. This isn't just a boss fight, you guys, it's a statement. It's the game showing us just how much of a badass Leon has become. That old myth of the fourth survivor, it dies right here, with this one snarky comment. It's like a total changing of the guard. So what's this all been about? It all comes down to the game's central mystery, a project named Elpis. Now the whole time, we're led to believe this is Umbrella's ultimate weapon, some kind of unstoppable mind control virus. I mean, this is the secret they literally nuked Raccoon City to protect. And then comes the twist, the biggest twist in the whole game, maybe even the series. Elpis, it isn't a weapon. It's not a virus, it's a cure, a universal cure for the T-virus. And get this, it was created by Oswald Spencer himself, the big bad. Apparently, in his final years, he felt a little guilty about, unleashing a zombie apocalypse on the world, and this was his attempt to atone. So just as your mind is reeling from that bombshell, the game raises the stakes through the roof. It turns out that somewhere in all the fighting, Leon got infected with the T-virus. And it's moving fast. So suddenly, this isn't just a mission to save the world anymore. Finding Elpis is the only thing that can save him. This all leads to the final confrontation. The main villain corners Grace at a computer terminal and gives her this horrible, impossible choice: release Elpis or destroy it for good. And this one decision she makes, right then and there, it decides everything. Leon's life and the future of the whole world. It's all in her hands.
And depending on what you do, you get one of two totally different endings. If Grace releases Elpis, you get the good ending, where there's still hope. But if she destroys it, well, you're looking at the bad ending. And trust me, it is absolutely bleak.
So let's talk about the canon ending, the good one. Grace makes the right call. She releases Elpis, which not only cures Leon instantly, it actually supercharges him for one last epic boss fight. The villain goes down, Chris Redfield swoops in with a helicopter like the hero he is, and the cure is secured for the world. We even get this sweet epilogue where everyone gets a moment of peace, a real victory. Now the bad ending, oh man, it's just pure pain. The villain just straight up kills Grace. And a dying Leon, as he's finally succumbing to the virus, can only hold her and say these absolutely heartbreaking last words. It's brutal. Thankfully, it's not how the story's meant to end. So think about this. After what, nearly 30 years, the T-virus, the thing that started this whole entire nightmare, finally has a cure. It's over. And that doesn't just wrap up one game's story. It completely changes the entire future of the Resident Evil world. Resident Evil 9 really does feel like a requiem for the past, you know? It gives us closure on the oldest threat in the series. But it also leaves us with this one giant question, doesn't it? With Umbrella's original sin finally cured, what new nightmare is waiting just around the corner to take its place?